get you back. So anyway, but yeah, that's keeping up with the Bidens, y'all, and we'll see how this. I know this year ain't gonna end right, but
garbage and sanitation workers. No, they want to live in big houses that they see on videos.
You know, my thing is, I thought it was funny because it was the caller that did it, but at the end of the day, it's when you're a public figure,
that the whole thing makes me sick to my stomach.
You know what I'm saying? 99.9% of the time, I love living in this, country that we're free and we have this freedom of speech. But every now and then,
when she man, did listen, the Trump, brother, if she could turn back the hands of time, Doc, ain't no Dave Chappelle. I'll tell you that.
And so you need to be put out and put on notice. The hell no.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, y'all. Happy Monday.
Thank you so much, Angelina. Y'all, what up? It is Monday morning somewhere, but guess what? You're on here with TFG tonight, and I am your host, Mr. Haynes. And ladies and gentlemen, the family is here today, and we are excited to share with you on some very interesting topics, from nasty religious people to very disgusting politicians, to black people that keep doing stupid things. We got it all tonight. So I just want y'all to know, this is the best morning show that you can watch at night. And I am excited. And I'm about to show the world how athletic I am today. So I'm going to bring the family on. Gentlemen, what's up now?
What up?
Last but certainly not least, the madam. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. No, good
you
morning.
Doing all right? Yeah, I listen. Y'all know I'm excited, right? Because they listen, and they better get my check right today too.
I heard that.
I'll just tease it. Hey, so I'm excited, man. Listen, y'all had a good day today. I hope so. Oh yes, please. I'm just telling y'all. Listen, y'all. If y'all don't know it, we are the hardest working morning show team on TFG TV. I promise you, because we all do other shows. Just know that, but we just work. Right. Y'all, man, I am so excited today. I listen. I can't. You know what? I don't think we're gonna have no problem with time today.
You know what, Brenton? I was gonna mess with you on that, but since you open that can up, I'm gonna let you go ahead and eat out that can.
We ain't gonna have no problem today. So we're gonna get this thing started. You know what? Let's go with this one. We're gonna keep up with Trump and the FBI. Y'all, we talked about this thing, and I think it done got serious. I'm pretty sure we've gotten serious. So I think the last time we talked, the FBI did raid Trump's house, and so we talked about what was next. Well, y'all, next came. So we had a boy come with a nail gun. I mean, you listen. Now, if you want to talk about some geniuses, Trump got some geniuses on his back time, right? Hello, man. Good to see you.
What's up, Brenton?
I'm shooting blanks this morning. Don't worry about it. It's okay. So listen, we had a boy come with a nail gun and an AR-15 and wanted to break in one of the FBI offices. Now, he's dead now. And I think that's what the boy should expect going forward. But you had another one that tried to run his car into the Capitol this last week. Listen, y'all remember that? What was the boy named that married Angelina Jolie?
Brad Pitt.
Y'all remember that movie he did with the zombies?
Yeah.
I think Trump gonna turn these boys into some zombies, man. Like, this is real. So I mean, Kendrick, what are we expecting here in the next few days?
Probably expecting Trump to do what Trump stuff, do his Trump thing. He's probably gonna play the victim. He's gonna saying that it's fake news, which we hadn't heard in a long time.
Right.
But again, I said this last week. The chickens are coming home to roost, and those chickens are coming. Yep. We're gonna see what this FBI do. I hope they I hope that they do what their jobs entail them to do.
Yep.
But we're gonna see what happens. So that's my thoughts on it.
Madam,
Yeah.
how you see this thing?
I think King Gaslighter is going to pop up soon and convince everybody that he's somehow being racially discriminated against. He gonna come out with something major just to make the folks go crazy. I seen one dude on TikTok crying because he's scared Trump won't be able to run again,
Right.
being mistreated. I mean, it's hilarious to me. I'm kind of getting a kick out of it. You know, I'm never confident until, you know, I'm one of them. It ain't over to the fat lady sings people, but I'm kind of entertained by how upset people are over someone who could. Trump wouldn't even allow most of these people to clean his toilet, and they are losing their minds over how he may be getting mistreated. It's just funny. He needs to open like a mega church. He would be bigger than like Joe Osteen because he got the dumbest, most ignorant. But he need a compound. That's what he needs. He needs to open a compound.
Okay, so since we open up this can of worms, I want to say this. So to Lamar's point, I agree, bro. Jail time, but not for January 6th. Not for all the other foolishness with Ukraine, but it's one thing that the pundits are saying is going to be the closest thing to him getting that red jumpsuit, and those are those documents that he kept in his house. And to your point, ma'am, he has already started whistling the dog whistle because now he's mad because they took his passport. Yeah, they took off. And this is here it is. If we didn't know, apparently the U.S. passport doesn't belong to us. It belongs to the government.
Yeah. I've been through that. Yeah.
But I have a question. But if you primarily take private planes, does it matter if they take your passport if you have enough money to pay the right pilot?
Well, I don't think nobody. Trump is really toxic right now. I don't know how many people want food with Trump right now. So, I don't know if it, because listen, everybody's going to jail to keep trying to stand up for Trump. This next lawyer, she just like the girl lawyer, she went and said that they didn't have no more documents, top secret documents, and now they found out she lying. Hey, ma'am.
I don't know about that passport. I mean, I know my black behind can't jump on Spirit without a passport. I ain't convinced that Trump can't, take off to Mexico with the right amount of money and talking to the right people, especially the type of people he has backing and supporting him with money.
He has one major problem. You are right, Sister Devin. Under normal circumstances, a billionaire, he would be able to travel freely, except he's an ex-president. Mm-hmm. And as an ex-president, he has lifetime Secret Service. His every move is monitored,
tracked.
Regardless of his financing, he's literally trapped himself in his own enigma of fame. In this particular case, you're right that if this was Elon Musk, he could go wherever the hell he wanted to go. But because he has Secret Service detail at all time, they talked about how difficult it has been to provide service for him at Mar-a-Lago because of all of the things that he does. So the irony, like you said, Brenton, is that he may not go to jail for the riots, for all of the other things, but this one thing may be something that he simply cannot escape. But here's the true scary part for me is that I think about the war that's waged between God and the devil. The devil's fate has been sealed a long time, and he knows what his fate is, but being in true demonic fashion, he's going to take down as many people as he can with him. And Trump is lining them up on his side. And that's the scary part.
Listen, Rudy Booty in trouble.
Rudy Booty.
Lady in drag in trouble. What's her name? The one that started this stuff? I can't. The one that doing all that popping off at the gums and trying to say that the election was stolen. Y'all, listen, Michael Cohen is getting him a whole gang of folk now. Mm-hmm. They're gonna have to start their own. Y'all remember how John Gruden started the whole fired football coaches?
Right.
They're gonna have to start this Trump lawyer stuff. I am now an observer because I will say this. Our Attorney General Merrick Garland, he he done pulled the rabbit out the hat now. So yeah, last time I checked, once y'all pull the genie out, ain't no more putting it back in there. So we gonna find out now, right? He said, what did he say? MTG? Yeah. I don't know what's that management.
I think that Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, that's not her name, but I'm talking about the other lawyer. I can't think of her name, but
okay.
Yeah, she's a congresswoman.
Yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Yes.
Yeah, but ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling y'all something. The Trumpers, they're out and they're blowing their trumpets, and I just want y'all to know, it may not be Gabriel's horn, but somebody listen. We headed somewhere. Y'all say he's God's man. We're gonna see how much God he can.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep moving. What we got next, ma'am? Tax season, y'all. We almost out of here. We on our last quarter next month, ain't it? Yeah, September. Yeah. So listen, all y'all, I want y'all to know that for everybody that did their dirt this year for the taxes, I just want y'all to know they hired 87,000 employees this year. So if y'all thought y'all got away with something, I just want to be clear. No, 87,000 employees have been hired for this year's audit, and it's an interesting thing. I'm asking a question I really know the answer to it, but I'm going to ask y'all anyway. All y'all file taxes?
I do.
I think you do taxes, don't you, Blake?
I have.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
See, this finna work right. We're finna work right up in our alley. So I didn't get nothing from the other two. I'll leave y'all know. I don't want to start no trouble.
Quiet as it's kept.
Yeah.
They've been getting overtime on me. I just sent them $5,000 last couple weekends.
Listen, you smart then, because what I'm trying to read, it's gonna cause some problems some of these folks. So listen, y'all, the IRS is hired 87,000 new workers to work on this coming tax season's audit. And here's the interesting thing. The number one concern people were having was who's going to get audited.
Right.
Black, do you know off the top of your head? I don't know how long you've been out the game, but do you know how they tell who's going to be audited?
No, I actually don't.
Okay. All right. Anybody want to guess at it? I'm going to tell y'all anyway.
No, I don't.
Okay. All right. So here it is. How does the IRS pick which tax returns to audit? It says currently the IRS uses software to rank each tax return with a numeric score. It says with higher scores, more likely to trigger an audit. So the higher your score is going to trigger whether or not they're going to audit you. So it's an algorithm. That's what it is. And so it says this system may flag a return when deductions or credits, here it is, compared to income fall outside of acceptable ranges. I'll give you an example. They give an example. For example, let's say you make 150,000 and you claim 50,000 of charitable deductions. You're more likely to get audited because it's a disproportionate to what the system expects, explained Lawrence Levy. So and the CEO of tax resolution firm Levy Associates. So he says as long as you stay within these ranges, you're good. What you think, ma'am? Listen, you already said they own you, but
yeah, but I ain't nowhere near what he said or what you said. I don't know why. I was just drinking water out of my business, and they was like, if you don't give us this money by this time, by this date, because I believe in paying them $100 a month, but I would have been paying them till I died if I didn't just go ahead and.
Right.
Like, they ain't like the student loan people. I'm damn about them.
Well, Kenny, I'm gonna give you this one. Watch this. Oh, what you do? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm good.
You don't want to say much. I got you. I hear you. Keep you off the radar. I got you. So, Kenny, I'm gonna give you this one. It says while the legislation still must be approved by the House and signed into law, it will take time to phase in the funding. So they says the more funding the IRS has, then the more likely they will do more audits. It says, yeah. So says the W-2 employees is much much less likely to get audited than a self-employed person by far, in my opinion, says the guy that's doing this article. So shout out to all you entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Got
Yeah.
that.
You better make sure you got your I's dotted and your T's crossed, because they coming. That's what, so. But you know, they ain't got to worry about me. I ain't got nothing for them to get. It's gonna be like sucking blood from a turnip. They come after me. So I'm gonna wish them good luck, Uncle Sam. You and your cousins, y'all can come on, but you ain't got nothing over here, player.
Yeah. So he said Biden is a mark. Well,
He is.
Well, I'll say this to y'all. Here's the moment. While he raising the taxes on the 400,000 and the billionaires, well, he finna make sure you boys get audited. Black, I got one more for you. Check this out. He says, of course, one of the best ways to avoid future headaches is by keeping accurate records with detailed bookkeeping and saving all receipts. Black folks in trouble. We'll see y'all later. Y'all ain't saved the receipts since they stopped doing paper stamps. Y'all better get out of here. They in trouble, Black.
Yeah, to a certain extent. I play within those gray lines.
You're a different horse.
A little bit, you know. I claim certain amount of deductions, but I keep it within the field of realism. You know, I like to tell the IRS that I give, you know, $1,000 away in clothing and stuff like that. You know, you got to keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Keep it realistic. You know, so they don't flag you too hard. But there's ways to do it. You know, and then of course, you know, like starting a new job too, you can also have a little bit extra put back with holdings that can kind of balance it out a little bit. But it's like anything else; they'll screw it up. You know, to be honest with you, and they will come after. What this is about to me, though, this is where they have squandered so much money on the pandemic. Literally billions of dollars was lost. And so they want to recoup some of that back, and they're going to go after some of these people who had these PPP loans.
Yep.
This is what this is about.
Yep. Yep. And again, I'll make this clear. At this moment, you have to understand that there's always going to be we're never getting anything for free. There's always going to be a correction. There's always going to be an overcorrection.
Yep.
To be honest with y'all, you really don't never want to dance with the devil with the pale moonlight. That's from Batman, right? And you got a pale. Well, I ain't gonna go there, but well, he falls off his bike. How about that? Yeah. So you know, you just don't want to mess around with it. We say that PPP loans are on.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Most definitely.
Yes, sir. Yeah. And all that fun you had, you finna be right up there with Trump's lawyers. You know what I'm saying? Trying to give an account for that foolishness. So good luck to all y'all wanting the church to give y'all that money for all that tithe y'all gave. Okay. Good luck. All right, what we got next, ma'am? I'm gonna stop this. Kenny,
what's going on? What up?
Sports, man. Let us know what we got going in the world of sports today. It's a lot.
It's a lot, man. We're gonna get into probably one of the bigger stories over the weekend later on in the cast. So we'll talk about that. Yeah. We're just talking about give a Cowboys update. They lost their first preseason game. Just to let you know, Devin.
It didn't.
Okay. All right. I just want to let you know they lost. It's okay. Okay. Don't count. Okay. Just want to make sure. Okay. Well, my Packers lost too. I agree. It don't count. It's preseason. So we got NFL preseason jumping off. You know, the season is right around the corner, September 8th. So we'll keep your eye on that. But we're talking about some college athletics. We're talking about NIL and how the game has changed. And more specifically, we're talking about Southern Methodist University in Dallas. They have got a new collective now called the Boulevard Collective, which comprises some Dallas business leaders and SMU alumni. What this collective is doing now, the men's football team and the men's basketball team for SMU will be paid, those athletes, $36,000 a year. And each, as long as they playing their sport. Now, that income totals $3.5 million annually. That would be paid to men's football and men's basketball teams at SMU. Now, the Boulevard Collective joins. SMU is the only team that's the school that's doing this. Tennessee, Texas Tech, Oregon are some of the other schools that already have got collectives that have raised, that got money, that are going to pay their student athletes basically a salary. This is big. I mean, this is where the college football landscape is at this point. This isn't against the rules. These student athletes, they get a salary. And I think it's been long overdue, just my personal opinion. But I want to get you guys' opinion on college student athletes now able to make money off their name, image, and likeness. We'll start with you, Black. What you think about it?
While I'm for the athletes being paid, and I agree with you that it's about time, it's a slippery slope to me and on a couple of levels. Number one, this is their slick way of trying to regulate it all at the same time. Okay, that sounds like a lot of money. $36,000 per athlete, and in total $3.5 million. But think about how much money is coming in, to those universities. And then not all universities are created equal, so you want, whereas, a school like SMU, they might be able to handle that. And, some of the bigger schools, some of the smaller schools, but some of these schools where they got, these lobbyists and all these other people, they're bringing in hundreds of millions of dollars, and so if they can get the athletes to accept $36,000, thinking they're really giving them something and sign off on that, it's another way that they can control the system, to me. And so it's bad all the way around. And then too, the last part I'll comment is on this. Once you start introducing a salary paying college athletes, you're going down a slippery slope now, because you're taking away the love of the game. Now, it has to happen because too many people are getting rich, but I think we're going to forever change the landscape of what sports are going to look like once you introduce the love of money. Money itself is not evil, but the love of money is going to change everything.
Well, I think it's been changed, but that's just my personal opinion. But I agree with some of what you said, Black. Miss Devin, what you think? These student athletes, now this in particular, just the men's football players and the men's basketball players at SMU are getting this amount.
I've always thought they, should be paid. And let's be honest, some of the top people in the game have always had their palms greased in different ways, whether it's through bribing them with gifts and vehicles, just like no cash. But now I think it makes it where not only those top tier athletes, get something out of it, but now the rest of them also get something out of it. And me knowing how it is in college, if you're an athlete, not because I was one, but because I know several who were, you don't have time to work. You can't work, a job on campus like other students, because you have to eat, sleep, breathe, that particular sport. So I think it's only fair, and then maybe it will cut down some of the bribery, but probably not, because they want you to, recruiters want you to join. But I think it's fair for the ones who recruiters aren't, scouting out so heavily to also get, funds for it, while we know some of the other ones they did, because, their mama didn't buy that house working as a CNA at a nursing home. Let's be real.
Valid points. Mr. Brenton, now SMU, you from the Dallas area, SMU experienced that death penalty back in the late 80s because of some scrupulous boosters that were paying players. Are you kind of surprised that SMU kind of is one of the colleges is kind of in the forefront of doing this?
Well, Brother Kenny, since you asked, thank you, man, for putting me over here. Since you asked, I will say this. I think SMU has always been a risk taker. They got real risky. I want to say this. I respect what SMU doing, because Howard just got like a contract from Jordan Brand,
right? Yeah,
for a long time, and these boys got money. But I'm gonna tell you something about Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders is on an island by himself, and that boy just got a sponsorship from the American Airlines. I don't care really what the rest of these colleges are doing because they were already set up. But that black man right there, that boy is trailblazing a way that's he's going to solidify his legacy. I it's only but one other person that I know today that solidifies his brand outside of his sport, and that's Joy.
Right.
But Deion Sanders,
Yeah.
Deion Sanders is coming to a point where we're gonna forget that he was the greatest cornerback of all time.
Right.
Because what he's doing there at Jackson State University, I mean, when I tell you, you use your name, your good name. He's using that good name for those kids, man. And to get that kind of sponsorship, man, it's only a matter of time, man. These black kids just gonna want to play for Deion.
Right.
And then that's gonna be a problem for that doggone CFB. So
right.
I would say congratulations to SMU, but man, I'm looking at somebody that's doing it even bigger and better with more meaning to it. Because who's to say that if SMU is giving them $36,000 a year, that they're not getting $106,000 for doing it?
Right, and that's a point that I think just Black made, because I think we're so quick to look at the dollar amount that these student athletes are getting, but nobody really wants to talk about how much money these big time universities are taking in when they go into these bowl games. They playing in these college football national championships. They playing in these the March Madness. These schools are generating millions and millions of dollars, and these student athletes are really only getting a drop in the bucket when you really look at the big picture. So I'm all for these student athletes getting paid, because at the end of the day, don't they go to school to do what? To get a degree and then what? Make money. So while I've got my God-given talent that got me to school, shouldn't I be able to profit off of my God-given talent, off of my name, image, and likeness? I think so.
But education ain't what it was no more.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, a lot of times now, education really it ain't about what you know, it's about who you know anyway. Let's go and keep it funky. So anyway, so salute to SMU, to all the other schools. Hey, young fellas, y'all get your bread, and the young ladies. Hey, let me say this before I get out of here: the young athletes, college ladies, they getting some money too. I don't want to leave them out, but we all know that the men's sports generate the income at young universities. So anyway, so that's the TFG Sports Break. Tossing it back to you, Brent.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate it, man. Listen, real talk. The reality of it all is that it's all a hustle, and I promise y'all, at the end of the day, there's a high school dropout that's managing one McDonald's versus a kid that's back there flipping burgers with an associate's degree.
Yeah, that's true.
That's how that worked for us. So whatever. All right, let's move on to something else. Pee Wee football tragedy. Man, this I'm gonna try not to get deep, but I mean, y'all know how we do. So apparently, Aqib Talib's brother, and that's funny that they keep bringing him into this.
Right.
I know. I thought that.
I said I wasn't gonna get deep, but again, I listen. Everybody gonna get it. If you do something stupid, you just gonna get it. So, this was, I mean, for a organization that's supposed to teach young boys how to be men. I mean, man, if dropping the ball was a person. So the dude's name is Yaqub
Talib. Yaqub Talib. Yeah.
Yaqub Talib shot one of the coaches on the other opposing team because they were getting into an argument. Man, we have just denigrated ourselves as just a people. I don't even say black people, because white folks do it too, right? And we have just taken this supposed to be childhood learning experience, and we've just turned it into something totally horrible. So my man, I don't even know what the argument was about, and I don't think the reports have made it clear what it was about.
It's an ongoing investigation, but a witness said that the disagreement started between when Coach Mike Hickmon, who is the deceased, who was the man that was murdered, and he was coaching the DEA Dragons. According to a report, that he was trying to pick up a football off the field, get the football off the field, and one of the other opposing coaches grabbed it or something, and then an argument ensued, and then it just escalated from there, and shots were fired. there you have it.
The worst thing about this, man, was the dude's son was out there,
Yes.
and
Yes.
another man was trying to console this young man. I'm gonna just tell y'all, um, I know human behavior, and that young man is old enough to remember this for the rest of his life.
He'll
And
never be the same.
no, he won't
He'll
be.
never-
And so my man said he went to jail, turned himself in because he
Yeah.
won't tell his side of the story. Yeah, good luck with that, Chief. I don't know. I mean,
Right.
ma'am, what you got on this?
Why is there a gun, first of all, at a Pee Wee game?
Hello. Come on now.
First thing. But also, my kid played Pee Wee, I think, from like 7, until he was able to play for the school. And I'm trying to say this without saying anything inappropriate. They don't have a lot of high criteria to be a Pee Wee football coach. Let me just say that. Like, all you basically have to do is want to coach Pee Wee football. I mean, I've gone to games before where the police or the sheriff department was present for the freaking Pee Wee football game, because if not people on the team, the parents were about to fight or have fought, and it gets a little ratchet in those areas. I mean, I always sat on the end of the bleachers so I can get to my car if necessary, because I yell and cuss and act fool, but I wasn't there for the foolishness. But the criteria, I'm sorry, y'all, it's just not that high to be a Pee Wee football coach. You basically just have to be willing to be a football coach. I mean, and it don't matter what you did. And the fact that you think you need one at a gun at this game is
Right.
You would think, and again, you would think the person that, Pee Wee football wouldn't have Pee Wee IQs for coaches. But the irony in that is just overwhelming, because I know some of the guys who coach Pee Wee football, and they do it because they care about the kids.
Yeah,
But
I know
you
a
got-
lot too. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but you got some guys out here, man, that, like y'all saying, the whole, it was funny when we was watching White Men Can't Jump, and the old boy was getting mad because he's getting hustled, and he was going to the trunk to get his gun and shoot up everybody. But that's real. That's what you do when you hot headed. You can't coach kids, man, like that. I mean, Black man, I won't even give you nothing to talk about. I'll let you have it.
So this is where I want to issue for the viewers a little PSA warning. These are only my views, and the language can be a little colorful here. I love Black people. I hate niggas, and I'm truly sorry for saying that word. It's an offensive word, and I mean this with all seriousness, though, because taking this away from the venue, we asking the question, why were there guns at a game? This is where we are. They are hard-working, decent Black people. We can't get a burger anymore. We can't go to a concert anymore. We've crossed the line now where if you don't put mayonnaise on somebody's sandwich, you get shot. I did my little social media show last week, and I came in. I had an incident leaving my own parking garage where I almost got into a fight. We're at a point now where the violence has extended to every facet of our lives, where we can't even do normal things anymore. I live in a city that has a great nightlife. I'm not in those streets because they're not waiting for nighttime anymore.
No, sir.
So when we look at the Pee Wee football league, when you think about the tragedy of this, that we've crossed a point that what's wrong with people that they can't disagree anymore without breaking out this level of violence. And so when you said about the young kids, that they may not never forget this, tragically, they're probably exposed to this their whole lives. They're growing up in communities where they see this. It's so pervasive now until we've crossed a point now where I'll say again, I love Black people, but I hate niggas. I live in a place where I pay $2,000 a month every month for rent, and I cannot enjoy my own apartment because of niggas. The kind of money I pay to see what goes on in this very building, I can't enjoy my own home. I'm a prisoner. I was screaming a few weeks ago. My sister was on the phone. She said I was losing my mind. I said, I feel like I'm trapped in prison because of people like this. And this is what they're forcing decent, hardworking, normal people to live with. And so you can't go out to a family function and watch a Pee-wee football game without somebody getting killed? What's wrong with us?
I heard a person say one time, niggas and flies I both despise.
That's a heck
I ain't
of a
gonna tell y'all
saying.
what the rest of that said because it's inappropriate. So, but anyway, niggas and flies we both despise. Kenny, I mean, this is what you do, man. I mean, you know, they punish you when you get in the highest level of these type of sports for acting a certain type of way. I mean, but what do you expect when the people you're supposed to look up to? You know what I'm saying? I remember the coaches used to be the disciplinarian for the single mothers in the community.
Right.
I mean, now these clowns going to jail.
Yeah. And this is another just situation where black folks, just like black say, I'm not gonna say it because I don't like using that word, but we got black folks that act like the ends. And the sad thing about it, we got a father that has been taken away from his family. This man was 43 years old, Mike Hickmon. He loved coaching football. These young 9-year-old young fellas, they're gonna always remember this, what happened on Saturday night when they was just out trying to play football, trying to learn the fundamentals and the technique. Then you got some clown that wants to bring a gun where young men were trying to learn a sport. It's just a sad commentary, and now we lost according to our reports, Mike Hickmon was a good dude in the community. He loved coaching these young men in football. Now his family has to have this, 43 years old, he's taken away. So again, gun violence has struck in our community again. At this point, I can't blame it on the guns. I got to blame it on the goddamn ignorant ass people with the guns. At this point, that's where we are. And I believe, I don't care what story Yaqub Talib tells to the police. Lancaster, he turned himself in this morning. I don't think there's a story he can say that can justify what his actions. Period. Point blank. You murdered this man. I don't care what y'all was arguing about. You murdered him. So yeah, it's just, man, it's just been heavy on me when I say it's been heavy on me all day. So yeah.
Right on, brother. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we you know what we do. We keep y'all posted when it comes to getting the people where they need to be, and we'll follow up as we get the information. But as for now, man, again, somebody else just got shot.
Yep.
So that's just how it works. Yep. Every 3 seconds, right? Somebody, or however many seconds it is. So whatever. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time again. Devin's been in somebody's business, and what business she done been in?
I was just drinking water, minding my business, and this pastor started going in on Beyonce because I don't know if y'all know, Beyonce just released a new album, and she's that girl, so it's hot, and everybody's talking about it for whatever reason. And Beyonce is sampling now. She has a song called Church Girl, and it's a sample of the Clark Sisters song, Center of Thy Will. And it's obviously a gospel song that she sampled. But in this song, Beyonce is talking about dropping it like a thotty and twerking with your tiggo bitties, etc., etc. And the pastor just feels like it's blasphemy. He feels like it's demonic sacrilege, and it's just too much. But the Beehive is actually defending the pastor because, they're like, leave Beyonce alone. I don't know.
You said they were defending the pastor?
They were defending Beyonce.
Oh, okay.
Tell the pastor to leave Beyonce alone, and how dare he be upset about taking a gospel song and, and talking about twerking, after the church. I mean, I don't know. But Brenton, what do you think about that one? Do you think you can go too far if you take a Kirk Franklin song and and you start twerking on it? I don't know.
I feel like black sometimes when you put me in these situations about this religious stuff. I really do. Because you just have so much to say, and you know, I, I try to be more restrained, but y'all like to hear it. Here it goes. The problem is, ladies and gentlemen, is that again, grandmama used to say, the pot calling the kettle black, and sinners gonna do what sinners gonna do. But the saints, this is their problem, is that we want to judge the world more than we do those who ask to be committed to Christ.
Mm.
That makes no sense to me, that you will allow the foolishness behind the closed doors go on. But when somebody who she doesn't publicly say this and that, she's not being hypocritical about what she's doing. She's doing what the world does. She's making money. Nobody started barking up Snoop Dogg when his gospel album, went #1. Half of them was trying to defend Kanye, which I knew that was a joke in the first place. But again, y'all deserve it. It's more. There's more to come. I promise you. There's more to come. So get out that pulpit. Why don't you call her? Go see her. I know, because you want. That's what the Bible said. Oh, go to somebody else, girl, if I can get cut up. That's what the Bible say. I mean, we're gonna talk about what the Bible say. You go to them.
I don't know, Ken, do you remember when like Mary and Kurt Franklin and all them got in trouble for making gospel music too much like hip hop and secular music? I mean, have people just gotten to where they don't care no more? Like, we just no longer respect the church? I mean, I don't know, where you at?
I think it's I wanted to hear the song before I really pass any judgment. I haven't heard it, so I got to listen to it first before I can really speak on that. But far as the secular and church have always they've always somewhat blurred the lines anyway. I want to know who's this bishop. Is he okay? What's his name? Who's this bishop that has issues?
His name is Bishop Woodens, and I believe he's in like Kansas City or something.
Oh, okay. My thing is, I did see a soundbite from Dorinda Clark Cole, one of the Clark sisters, and she said that she had no problem with the song. She said that, I just want them to have a message of Jesus or something. If they putting a little bit of something in there, that does me fine. So one of the authors, Dorinda Clark Cole is one of the sisters. She didn't have an issue with it. So be it. I think the bishop, just like Brother Brenton say, if you got a problem with Sister Beyonce, get in contact with her people. You out here. Right. Now I know why you did that, Bishop. I know why you did that though. Because you're gonna get some of this algorithms, get some of these likes, get some of this stuff passed around so you can get your name out there. I get you though. I see you.
He made Beyonce another $1,500 just by running his mouth.
Yep.
That's right. Like, do you think it's a little hypocritical though that we go after Beyonce for dropping it like a thotty, but not going after these pastors that's squeezing blood from a turnip with some of these congregation members by taking their last dime? Are they complaining about the wrong thing, or just straight up, like I said, hypocrites?
Absolutely. And this is coming from being a former minister myself. Number one, let me state for the record, I'm a practicing sinner, so I pretty much enjoy what I do, but it's definitely hypocritical, the pot calling the kettle black. And I agree with everything these brothers have said on here. The biggest sin is that the song itself is trash. I listened to the whole album. The album is garbage, number one, but Beyonce is Beyonce, so that's number one. But I don't have a problem with the lyrics per se, but again, when you think of since you're gonna introduce religion into it, the scriptures tell us about extracting a straw from your brother's eye when the rafter's in your own. You know what I'm saying? So we don't get to. How do they get to pick and choose? Who are you that you get to pick and choose? What's righteous in somebody's eyes or whatnot. I think about the little figure, Kirk Franklin twitching all around singing his music, but nobody said nothing about him. I said it. You know what I'm saying? And it's a whole lot more of them that quiet as kept is praising God on Sundays and their legs pinned behind their ears on Sunday night. So don't even get me started. So you know what I'm saying? This picking and choosing about, we've been crossed that threshold. You know, stop talking about music. Get your own self right.
My.
All right. Well, I personally think that, I don't know, I'm in the belief that if you think something is an abomination or the devil, then why are you listening to it? Like, Pastor, shouldn't you be listening to the Clark sisters and not the people sampling the Clark sisters music? It just made no sense to me. I immediately got out of that article and went back to minding my business because I think it's foolishness. And
Well, I sure appreciate that, man. And listen, I want to tell y'all this. I'm like Black. I never even looked at, heard the CD. You know why? Because that ain't what got my attention. And I'll ask the bishop, do you know why a dog chases the wagging stick that is on the throws? Because it got his attention. So I don't know what made you want to go listen to that song, but apparently it got your attention, Chief.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
You right.
stop chasing them sticks, Doc. You know what I'm saying? And get busy getting your people discipled and all that good stuff, man. That's what's so annoying. Like, how did you even get there? I don't even listen to her music. This is and again, it's not me being self-righteous. It's just I don't care to hear it. So
I screamed at this garbage. Not one song was worth keeping.
and that's from the resident Jehovah's Witness. So there you have it, sir.
And a practicing sinner. I mean, you know,
Right.
and a practicing sinner.
You know what I'm
maybe
saying?
it's like Black said, he was twerking to it in a G-string. We don't know what that man does. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am, give him a
Okay. All right.
Oh,
Okay.
I forgot this was next. I guess we just keep it rolling. So who needs the devil? I'm telling you, not the Baptist church, because these saints here, they can't make up their mind whether they want to be saints or sinners. I don't know, but here we have it. The DOJ has finally decided to not allow the Southern Baptist Convention to investigate themselves. Again, I've never seen a good investigation come out of somebody doing the investigating on themselves.
Right.
It just never happens, right? Can you whoop yourself any harder if you get yourself in trouble? No. When you spank your hand, oh, come on, that does nothing. So apparently now it has come out that the DOJ has decided to take up the sexual abuse claims from the Southern Baptist Convention. Now this came out earlier this year, and the I don't know if it started in Houston, but whoever started it, one of the bishops, cardinals, whatever they call themselves, they decided to open up their own internal investigation. But here you have it. They says, while we continue to grieve and lament past mistakes related to sexual abuse, current leaders across the SBC have demonstrated a firm conviction to address those issues of past and are implementing measures to ensure they never repeat it in the future. The SBC said in a press release. I don't even know which one y'all want to start. But Kenny, you look like you still got a little bit of Lord on you. Come on.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah,
I'm just saying. I mean, again, Bishop, won't you talk about these people? They the ones who said they working with him, they walking with him. But you worried about Beyonce.
Right.
Come on, man.
Right.
Her boyfriend called himself Hova. I mean,
you know, here we go again with, you know, the church. Church got some madness going on, just like always. Now it's the good old Southern Baptist, which I think that the majority of, that's majority white, isn't it? The Southern Baptist Convention and all that. From what I read, a lot of these abuse issues were going on the last 10 years, and now they want to address them. Okay, sirs, ma'ams, or whomever's going to be doing the internal investigation. again, I agree with Brenton. If it's internal, I don't know how in depth you're going to go with those investigations. Are you going to really bring the smackdown on those that abuse sexual misconduct against, I don't know, men, children, whatever it was? So I'm not that real. I don't expect nothing to come out of this. Be honest with you, it's just gonna be it's a dog and it's a pony show. That's all. You know, they turn in flips and cartwheels and circuses just to make those happy that want to see something done. But I don't see nothing coming out of it, and it probably the behaviors won't change either. You're gonna still have the same behaviors. So why internal investigation? In my opinion,
I agree. Ma'am, I'm gonna give you this statement and I'm gonna let you run with it. I'm pretty sure you got some colorful words to say, but it says the SBC president Bart Barber said he tried to recruit more women but was repeatedly turned down. It says every place where we have wronged someone in abuse, Barber said at the time, is a place where we have betrayed doctrine, where we have betrayed scripture, where we have betrayed our Lord. Since news of the scandal broke, the group has also created a database where sexual abuse can be reported. They trying to recruit women as though that's the answer. I don't. Okay.
I think it's dumb as hell. Like, if y'all think about it, it's been since the day before forever that they've been able to manipulate people by using church and God. And women and kids have been the worst of it as far as being manipulated. And men, unfortunately, benefited from the most because a lot of them were dirty and they enjoyed being able to abuse and perform misconduct of women under the guise of God. So none of this helps. And when they start doing these internal investigations, all that means is getting the congregation together and saying people are going to start asking y'all questions about this, and just know that those aren't people, that's the devil, and they're coming for you because we're getting to a place where they know we're closer to God. And when they come to you, make sure you tell them this and that, because they don't mean us any good. And that's kind of what they tell them, and they believe it because they believe if they say anything different that they're going to go to hell. And I just think it's foolish. And for them to have an internal investigation is the dumbest thing I ever heard. To me, if you really think this is happening, why not just shut down the whole system? It makes no sense to me.
Yep. All right. Black Shakespeare, I got something for you. Again, I'm saying this tongue in cheek, and every good joke has a little bit of validity in it. So I'm going to tell this to you. I really understand now why God decided to destroy the earth with a flood, because it looked like we headed back in that direction with these behaviors, and y'all, it's getting worse by the day. So, I mean, Black, I know we headed downhill from here, but I don't know how fast.
Not kidding. We. It's funny you say that. Whenever I used to read the scriptures, and I used to imagine.
What? Yes, I know.
I really did. This is I've had this as a serious conversation. I used to honestly imagine how Sodom and Gomorrah. How did two cities get so bad that God said, "You know what, going to destroy it," without taking anybody all the way down the Bible? Whether it started out. You have 150. They couldn't find 10 righteous people in two cities to the point where they had to be destroyed. And I often thought, my God, how could it get to? We way past that. way past Sodom and Gomorrah. When you read the scriptures, they was telling them, bring them two angels out of there. We want to knock them down. Forget your daughters. We want them booties. We way past that. We way past that stage. And so this isn't appropriate to who needs the devil. I love what you said, Devin. You said about destroying the whole system. Here's my problem with organized religion. My problem is with the selective prosecutions here, is that you're telling us that these offenses go back 10 years, so you've been knowing about them. But before we go on the Southern Baptists, what about the Catholic Church? The Catholic Church is the largest religious denomination in the world, and they operate as their own entity.
That's right.
The governments cannot touch them.
Their
abuses go back hundreds of years. The Pope himself has blood on his hands. But the idea that we're going to selectively now jump up and do the right thing and pick on Southern Baptist people, are we serious here? And herein lies the problem I have with, I say this in jokingly about Free R. Kelly. Look, Robert, his black ass deserved to be in jail. Kel should be free. Kel should be free. So don't lock his music up. And I mean that in all sincerity. But when you selectively select people because you want to make an example of them, i.e. Bill Cosby, i.e. Michael Jackson, but you allow some others to go free. We don't talk about the offenses of Elvis Presley. So here in religion, we're doing the same thing, that we're just going to skip over the Catholic Church and pick on Southern Baptists, when right in our midst every day in parishes and our biggest cities, they're molesting children and nobody's saying anything. But to your point, you say, Kenny, you don't think nothing's going to come of it? I disagree. The one last area that nobody is touching, and it's coming. Do you know, I fully believe in my heart that a lot of our ills could be healed if they just do one thing. You want to talk about our infrastructure here in the United States? You want to talk about feeding the homeless or universal health care? Do you know if they tax religion, what that would mean? Religion has some of the most expensive and wealthiest holdings on the planet. Do you know in the archives of the Catholic Church, they own billions? But even on a local level, I can turn my house into a church and not pay taxes. In the African American community, why the hell you think we got a damn church and a liquor store everywhere you look? It's a racket, and it's been to the detriment of our own people. That's why somebody said a long time ago, religion is the opiate of the people. The whole damn system needs to be torn out.
Now, listen, I got to get some pushback on that one, Black. Now, listen, you know the reason why it's next to the liquor store, so communion can go forth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's why I created Black, because I had a simple saying: you give a little bit to God and you get the rest to me. And that's why Sundays was my most sinful day. Thank you, Jesus.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh boy.
Jesus again don't reflect that. Again, it's tongue in cheek, but I agree with you. You know, there's fire starting all over the world. And again, you can call us conspiracy theories all you want to until your house gets on fire. I mean, I'm just saying. So he said he wouldn't do it with water. It'd be fine. Well, again, again, y'all take it for what you want, right? At the end of the day, the church lives by a different moral standard, and that's Christ's likeness. So it doesn't matter what the world says is okay. You agreed to do something else, and so, but therefore, then what's the old saying? You live by the sword, you're gonna die by it. So that you say you live by, you just may end up dying by it. We'll find out later, right? Y'all thought Noah was crazy until that water dropped. We'll see what's up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen, we are doing well with time because there is none. So I'm sorry, I'm just throwing all these inside jokes. But listen, y'all, it's the perfect time of the show today. Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce to some and present to others Lee Black, and he is going to speak to us about the invisible man in the workplace. How you know who I am?
There you go. So here's the good news, folks. You know, I try to keep the viewers up to speed on what's going on. This is why I don't need therapy, because I don't hold anything in, just so you know.
Hello.
So the good news is that today I started a new job. So back in the land of the working, gotta have some money coming in, stop the bleeding. And I was enjoying my time off, but it was time to go back to work in general. Having said that, I discovered that, after kind of just having that time off and being invisible, I really enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? I loved living in that moment of obscurity. I don't bother nobody, like I said, about the crime and all these things. And so coming back to work, working in a remote environment, you know what I discovered? That I'm a superhero. I'm an invisible man, but it's not all it's cracked up to be. And I want to talk to my two brothers on this panel really quickly about a disturbing trend that's happening in white corporate America in particular, and especially, from remote environments. Do you know today, during our onboarding training, the largest portion of my training today was something called conscious inclusion training. Now, this was done by two of the ugliest bitches you ever did want to see. It just so happens, though, these wasn't bitches. These was two trans sons of bitches. So they had something dangling between their legs, and they had the audacity to take up a good deal of my time to force upon me diversity, equity, inclusion training. And essentially, they went on and on and on about talking about how their voices need to be amplified and how the HBCU is now in support groups. Do you know that they even have LinkedIn learning sessions specifically designed, to make us cis men, regular heterosexual men, come aboard? You know what I'm saying? Because that thing dangling between our legs is so dangerous that we have become the most disenfranchised, marginalized people, and they don't want to hear from us. There used to be a time when a heterosexual African-American black man who was educated and don't have a criminal record was a thing of value. I do not exist anymore, folks. They have the ear of these CEOs, and they made it plain as day. You have to go by your pronouns. I can't come on now and just call myself by my government name. I have to put a pronoun in front of it because I got to come on board by these two ugly bitches who represent the alphabet community because they want me to accept and understand their plight in life. And what I want to talk about and what I believe, it doesn't mean a thing. And so I wanted to bring you guys up to speed that this is what's happening. And so while I got to make money, I have to quash everything inside of me on a daily basis to sit in front of these ratchet-faced dudes who portray themselves as women because now I got to be slave into their mentality of their diversity, equity, inclusion, and have to be subjected to conscious inclusion training. So when I tell you my head was hurting today and I couldn't wait to make it to this forum because I realized going forward, I'm going to have to wear a mask just to be seen.
God damn. Woo, that's heavy. God, dog.
Wow, Black.
That's heavy.
We're going to have to go to 5 days a week now because he's going to be hurting now.
Y'all have no idea.
You're right. I don't want to find that either.
I never seen anything like it. I'll add this last part in there. There was a white woman, and this was the comment she put in the chat, and I put, quote, she says, hard to phrase a question as a person loaded to the top with privilege. I wrote her quote down. It's hard to phrase a question as a person loaded to the top with privilege. Do you realize what she's saying? She's recognizing that as a white woman of privilege that she can't even ask a question here. So where do I fit in?
I guess Motisa.
Where we're going, I've never seen that in my corporation. My corporation is still white male dominated to where my black behind can't even penetrate this proverbial glass ceiling. And so that must be something that's coming down the pipe. That's why I
wanted to bring it to the family, because LinkedIn learning sessions are now a real thing that they expect you to be a part of and sign up because they want their voices amplified. They formed DEI commissions where they're directly tied to the CEO and have a president's commission, and they have a role to play. And so I do not have a voice.
Wow.
Man, where's Martin Luther King when you need him? I wonder what he. Anyway, I ain't gonna start that.
That's heavy.
Yeah, man. All right, Black. Well, listen, man. Just do 6 more months, man, and be off with another 3. Get some more of that unemployment, Doc. That's what you gotta do, man.
I'm working on it, man.
Listen, y'all, this has been a great show. I mean, shout out to the producer today. Thank you, man, for all you do. And you 3, my family. I trade some of my cousins for y'all. I mean, beautiful show today, y'all. I appreciate y'all. But listen, y'all, it's final thoughts time. And Brother Kenny, let us have your final thoughts, brother.
Man, Brother Blackman dropped some heavy truth serum on me. It kind of got me aback, my brother. You know, I overlooked the expletives, so I'm not going to write you up this week for that, because I totally understand why you went there with that. With that being said, man, it's been a heavy day, man, for me. I just this brother that life was taken so tragically. All he was doing was trying to be a stand-up black man in his community, and be a difference in these young black men's lives, these young black boys' lives. And to have another black man take his life, that even saddens me even more. And I know this is an everyday thing, just like you just said earlier, Brenton. A black man probably just killed another black man.
That's right.
It's on us, man. It's on us. The government ain't helping us. The government ain't saving us. Black men, we got to save each other. We got to save our community. We got to do better, man. And I just want to say, man, rest in peace to Mike Hickmon, 43 years old, still had a full life ahead of him, so tragically taken. And, you know, prayers for his family, his young son that was there as well. Black men, put the guns down. Put the guns down. That's my final thoughts.
Appreciate that, brother. Yeah, man, for sure. Madam, thank you so much. That business you got in today rattled me a little bit, but it's all right. We're gonna deal with it. But can I have your final thought, please?
Yeah, folks, while y'all twerking to Beyonce's church girl, I need y'all to pay y'all taxes and this PPP loan situation, because there was a few times during that PPP loan time when I would go to Puerto Rico, and I swear to God, I am not being funny. I seen more black people than I've seen in my life, fighting, carrying on, and I was trying not to be negative and judgy, but I was like, how the hell all these folks get to Puerto Rico? Well, what I also got to say is the last time I went to Puerto Rico a few weeks ago, I may have saw 4 black people, if that tell you something. So, I mean, but Biden gonna come for you, so you might want to do like me and pay your taxes and, you know, listen to me when they say they set up payment plans. I was paying $100 a month for a while, but y'all may want to pay a little bit more because the interest ain't no good. So stop twerking to Beyonce for a minute and take care of your business, because these folks gonna come for you. I feel like you can't get ahead, but I was worried about all these people getting these $25,000 loans, and if it was gonna ever circle back around to them. It just might.
Hello. He's a coming. Listen, y'all thought y'all had a problem with Pennywise. No. Wait till y'all see old Uncle Joe come get you. It's gonna be for real, for real.
Well, he gonna fall about 3-4 times till he get there, but he gonna get there.
He gonna get there. Black. I don't know if I should congratulate you on your new job, but that is. But
I'm happy and worried at the same time, to be honest. And so my final thought is along those lines. I'm tired, guys, physically and mentally. I'm tired. You know, I'm in the midst of moving. So I've been, trying to move to a new place, because I'm not kidding, what's going on above me. I've not been able to have the serenity in my own apartment, considering the amount of money I'm spending, and started a new job. And I'm physically exhausted, but I would not have missed this for the world, because I'm running out of safe spaces to go to, and I can't tell you guys how much I love seeing y'all every Monday. And I need this for my soul. Because as we play out all these scenarios every week, we're running out of places we can turn to, for refuge. Yeah. The church is letting us down. The government is letting us down. We know our counterparts, they don't care, and the African-American male, we're hunted. We're being hunted to extinction, and so I just want to, I don't have the answers. I don't know, but I love the fact that I have a place still that I can come on Monday and I can get my soul replenished by having, intelligent, articulate conversation from grown-ass men who give a damn about things, and that we, even though we don't have the answers, that we're trying to put these subjects on the table so we can talk about them. And Ms. Devin, my respect for you is through the roof. You have no idea, your representation and what you do, which gives me hope, out there, that not every sister out there is on that BS stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I respect you more than you will ever know, sweetheart. And so y'all are my peoples, and y'all my safe haven, and I'm running out of places to go, and this shit is getting heavy. I
can feel you on that, brother. I feel you. Yeah. Love you, brother. Love you, black man. I feel you on that for sure. I feel you.
Man. Listen, man. Black, I'm going to tell you this in front of the world. My daughter asked that if she ever have a problem in school, can I call her Uncle Lee Black? I said, you don't want your daddy? She said, no, I want Mr. Black to come.
They're going to get the cussing of a lifetime.
Oh, yeah. It's going down.
I said, all right, baby, I'll make sure you get on the flight down here. Yeah. I said, I'm going to step my game up, man. I said, you don't want your daddy to come.
You got it in you. You ain't calling no woman no trash should be.
No, right, yeah.
You ain't gonna do it.
Listen, that's why I'm gonna have to put him on speakerphone. Black, you know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, man. So listen, y'all. I 100% appreciate y'all. Listen, y'all know how we feel about each other because we get on here for free. So you know what I'm saying. So that's real. So if time is money, then I'll definitely invest every week for this. So appreciate y'all for sure. So ma'am, can you put everybody to the side? I'm gonna stop messing around right. But listen, y'all, y'all know I come with questions every Monday now for some reason. I don't know. It just turned into questions for y'all. But I'll ask this question. Do you know what it means when one says they're coming out of the closet? I know Black. Listen, Black told us all his little rundown of shows the other day. P Valley, he just getting all stimulations over there. So, I mean, what comes to mind, y'all? I mean, we know the obvious, but what comes to mind if you think about somebody saying they coming out the closet?
That pastor that be twerking in that G-string after church.
Okay. Yeah, y'all gonna give me something, brothers, or we just go roll with it?
I mean, it's the obvious,
That's the only thing I can think of.
All right. But thank you, Devin, for trying at least. All right, y'all. Well, let's take a look at this and let's see what we come up with.
What is that?
Oh shit!
Hey, are you okay? Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Oh.
Leave that virtual reality alone, player.
Wow.
Leave that VR alone.
Listen, I don't really know what everybody mean when they say when they come out the closet. But I know what a fool look like when he run into one. And like Kenny said, man, leave that virtual reality alone, man. At least get somewhere where you ain't gonna tear up nothing. I mean, my goodness. Half y'all couldn't even go to y'all grandmama house that thing on because y'all gonna tear up all her good china.
Yep.
And armoire and you gonna go in that extra living room with the plastic on the couch.
There you go. There you go, right there.
So, all I'm gonna say, listen, we're gonna leave the folks that want to come out the closet alone, but you clowns that keep not running in the closets, listen, y'all better make sure y'all got homeowners insurance because y'all sure gonna need it. But whatever. All right, y'all. Listen, that's Black, that's Kenny, and that's Devin, and we're gonna see y'all on Monday. We'll holler at y'all later.